Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we have something very special for you today. We have an ultimate fighter battle. Teams of 7 fighters each in a specially generated gravity type asteroid field. It's going to be insane. I'm going to initiate the countdown and we're going to let this thing begin. So we've got 3, 2, 1, and go. Right, let's see what the teams are. So as we can see, we've got this custom built gravity field. You can see the ships actually flying in here. We've got the blue team, mostly made of a combination of missile ships. Remember, the missiles are limited to survival mode in this, so you can see as these fighters get into the center here, these rocks are going to cause some real issues. The red team have swarmed straight past. They're holding a pack together. This is fantastic little bit of battling. It takes me back to the dogfighting league. The red team look like they've split off a lot of the blue guys, and friendly fire incidents here are going to begin. So as we can see, someone is tittering back, using a bit of range here, trying to get some of these shots on the target. But as we go into this cluster, we've got ships that have taken some real severe damage. This guy is getting obliterated. But as we can see, he's also returning some fire. The missiles are going in as he's getting chased by this much smaller craft here and getting pushed out of the field. Look at that. Absolute collateral damage. His cockpit is out of there. Good luck seeing that guy fighting again. Now, we've also got another blue ship here. It looks like it is Drunken's brick. The brick that we saw right at the beginning. He is doing some pulverization to this other guy's little vessel. He's returning some missile fire. The missile's going right by him. This is fantastic to watch. It looks like he's managed to take him out. Let's go back to ground zero. See what's going on at the wrecked ship itself. Now, there is ways inside here if a pilot does decide to take it on the inside, but it doesn't really seem like that's going on. We've got a lot of the battling going on the outer rim here. We've got these small one-on-one combat situations. This looks like it's been won by this small ship, and he's leaving the combat area. So let's head back to ground zero and see what's going on there. It looks like we've got a red ship there in the center, holding around the crash site. It's really looking quite clear of blue contacts. There don't seem to be any blue contacts about that. I would be a little bit worried about, as the reds are starting now to regroup in the center. So it looks like this first battle, the red team has taken control. Is there any blues left? That's the question. I certainly don't see any, unless there's any hiding in the wreck. The red team are holding the center. Blues are coming in with a rocket strike on that slow-moving ship. All the missiles are missing though. Is he going to land any of them shots? None of them shots have landed. He's pulling back and he's drifting straight out of the asteroid field. Another one of the blues has gone to interception. It was a surprise attack. It looks like he's rammed one of the red ships in half. We thought they were down and out for the count, the blue team, but they came in with a really nice surprise attack. Look at that. That square brick on the front is really giving out some damage. If we go back here, now I believe this is Stone Lord's ship. He's taking some fire. It is really hard to aim them Gatling guns and return the fire with them when you're in space. You've got to lead the target, but you've got to lead them on multiple different planes as well. Now that blue ship there looks like it's getting finished off, and it is dead. That is the end of Drunken's brick by the look of it. He's doing a final sort of flyby to just guarantee it's shot. Let's see what Stone Lord's up to. Let's see where he's about. Oh, it looks like he's taking some critical damage as well. High ground, he's on his tail, shredding him up with some Gatling guns. He's struggling for any sort of control over that ship, and now the red team are ganging up on them. Really not looking good for him. High ground's trying his best to hold the position. Let's have a look. I can see Conrad off there in the distance. I don't know if he's been destroyed. He's quite far away and looks to be drifting, but Stone Lord has been taken out. A really sad end for the blue team. Let's just check out Conrad. See what's happened to him all the way over here. Is he just a debris? Is he fighting for some control? Yeah, it looks like he's fighting for some control. He's trying to bring it back into the center. He's lost his rear thrust, so he's still in the fight, so to say. Stone Lord's now out. We check in the reds back around the crash site. Let's have a look at that. So it is 3 minutes to the lockdown by the Reeds team, apparently. But it looks like High Ground's inside. What's he doing in there? Oh no, High Ground's just in there spectating, I believe. Nothing to worry about for the moment. The red ships seem to have the crash site though. I do see one of the smaller ships trying to come in with some missiles. Really not doing too well here. He's moving away, trying to get into the contact zone, distracting the turrets, but really not helping too much out. You see Conrad's trying to do his last sort of feeble attempt of an attack. He's got a lack of thrusters. It won't be long before the red team kind of lock onto his position and start eliminating him. There we go. High ground is already going in for the attack. Let's get that HUD off. He's going to be engaged by the missiles, though. He's dodging all the missiles. His automatic turret is engaging. Rockets are going out between them. His Gatlings are opening fire. Oh, high ground took some damage. Looks like Comrades took some damage, though, as well. It's a bit of a duel, but it looks like he's going to get ganged up on from behind as well, if we're not too careful here. Yeah, there is some fire going out from Kermit, and he's trying to fight both at the same time. He's losing his wings. Conrad is completely out of there by the look of it. He's just a cockpit and some gyroscopes. Yeah, the red team really did make short work. I did love their surprise attack halfway through, though. Saw the brick. The brick came in and did some work.
I did!
And I also saw Conrad, though, struggling for control.
That was good.
He came
Three
back.
or four fighters perished.
Shot my ass off.
There's no camera on your ship, Drunken.
I know!
So what I noticed after the first attack is the Reds went through you all and then stuck together on the other side, where you guys went through them and all split up when you got, on the other side of them. So my only advice is maybe approach them a little slower so you don't all jet past them and lose each other.
Yeah.
I mean, did
But we
anybody
also
see
had some
that?
friendly fire and absolutely no coordination.
A lot of them.
All right.
I mean,
Well, I'll give you a tip. Use the and then I'll let Drunken have a word. But if you use the ship in the middle as a bit of cover and just dart around it more, there's also an inside to it that could be really annoying if you get a few ships in there just watching the doors.
Hey.
A 3, a 2, a 1, and go. There we go. Go, 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 go.
Shit, you want to move to the right, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to go straight through it.
And don't go too fast, we don't want to blow past them.
So we'll stick at 30.
We don't want to go too slow either.
Alright, careful, they're going to be using the ship for cover. Just spotted left to my left of the ship.
Oh, I'm getting torn up. My camera's messed up.
Best part.
So this second battle is going off without a hitch. The red team are really kicking some ass once again. The blue team ships are getting absolutely destroyed. The brick over here is giving out some firepower, but he's got to look out because incoming missiles are shooting straight from the side. And if he holds still for too long, one of the missiles is going to line up with him. And he looks like he's managing to eliminate a ship, but he might be at the cost of his own, not checking his 6 here. When we're doing fighter battles like this, it's so important to keep aware of your surroundings. We've got Conrad over here engaging one of the other small ships. He just landed a beautiful shot on that red ship, but you've got to watch your back because you see the Reds are teaming up on him. One's coming in from the rear here. He needs to spin around, get some shots on him, or try to evade this little fight. It's a lot about drifting and keeping your suppression down. It looks like Conrad's out the fight. The Reds are regrouping once again. Let's have a quick look around what's going on. We've got oxygen down there, his ship is disabled. We've got a cluster of Reds going up here against this small Crusader type ship. It looks like he's trying to maneuver, but it looks like he's having some issues, and because of that, he's easy targets for him as the missiles come in wave after wave. Really not looking too good for him. The thing is, with realistic sort of Space Engineers battles like this, anything can happen and everything's really permitted. The only rules we've set for these characters is the limits on Gatling guns and missile launchers. Apart from that, it's all pretty fair game. You can see over here, Conrad's ship has been disabled, but he's still got some power again. It's a ship that can definitely hold itself together in a firefight. Now, the only issue is, can he get in and deliver some blows? Oxygen down here is into the cap area of the dead zone, but the issue is he's not seemed to be returning too much fire, and Jesse is just running right past him with his Gatling guns, and if he sits still too long, he's going to be a dead man. It's something that we're learning here fast. Not moving just makes you a very, very easy target. He maybe needs to get himself in the asteroid field, and it'll be a little bit easier to evade some of these missile launches, because at the moment I believe it's almost a 2-on-1. I think we've got 2 or 3 ships getting distracted off by Conrad, who's come back in now, but it's still looking pretty nasty for him. Let's see if we can get a nice view here. Turn off our camera. You see the tracers have actually disabled themselves at the minute due to so much fire going out. The odd tracer breaks through, and it looks like oxygen is starting to lose control. Thrusters are becoming damaged. but he's still drifting about, making himself that harder target as he lands that shot. You can see just how hard it is to aim them Gatling guns though by this. He's landing some successful shots on the front of him as he's going past. It's not looking good. Their missiles are curving all the way around him. All he has to do is land some successful blows and it's going to be all over him. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. And it looks like he's done some work on that blue fellow. Now if we have a look around, let's see what we've got left in terms of blue ships. We've got the Drunken Scotsman. He's doing pretty well. He's still up. His brick on the front is doing some serious damage. Conrad is fighting around ground zero, so blues are still holding on to it. Even though that some of the blue ships have been completely destroyed, you can see that Jesse's coming in here fast with his missiles, trying to get one or two of them shots on target, drifting straight past, looking fantastic. Conrad's just holding the centre with his single Gatling gun, explosions going off all the way around him. He's probably hoping that one of them collide with the actual ship itself. Let's check the inside. No one's hiding inside there. So you can see Jesse, and with Wizard the cameraman behind him, he's just following him about, trying to get them nice camera angles. So let's just zoom out the battle and just see what's going on from a distance here. So we've got Kermit stumbling around, but the main area seems to be held by the blues at the moment here. But here come the reds with a direct missile strike on Conrad. Oh, a slight collision as well there. But he's still holding strong. Jesse and these other guys are really struggling to hit him for some reason. Conrad's ship must be built pretty damn well. On the other hand, Drunken over here is trying to hold his corner. But you can see we've got some really accurate missile fire coming from underneath this little ship here. But Drunken's keeping it on the move. That's why the fight's lasting a bit longer. But Conrad is really wiggling between them shots. He's not got any weapons left. Oh, he's going down. He's going down. Only if Drunken could help him out here somehow. Maybe deliver the odd shot to him, help him try to get something done. I'm not too sure if his weapons are actually disabled himself. Oh, a collision! He's took Jesse out with a collision. Beautiful. But I think Drunken's done himself in the process. Wow. These original sort of vanilla fights are just anything could happen. I really don't know who's going to be winning this one. I'm going to be heading back to ground zero and just seeing what is going on. So it looks like blue's out again. So this is the final round. There is 15 players in this world, 15 separate fighters. It's going to be a crazy free-for-all. And there we go. So as we scroll through here, you can see all of these players spread out between this whole area. It's going to be interesting because there's going to be a lot of people playing it very differently. Some people are going to be playing it cautious, some people are going to be going for people straight away. But the winner is going to be the person who is sitting right at ground zero at the end inside the wrecked ship. And as we can see, Shuck's already around the centre here. It's a bit like a survival game mode, this. It's going to be very interesting to see how people play it, because I have already heard some people are going to try just waiting it out near the asteroids, but we'll make sure that everyone gets involved, so to say. Let's just scroll out just a little bit longer, and we can see some people are actually travelling further away. They're waiting for the later game. They're being a bit slow, a little bit boring. Where we can see if we go into the centre, Gunslinger Shadow is guns blazing. He's going straight into the place. Now it looks like Stone Lord has got a sneaky plan up his sleeve. He's actually hidden himself inside. Now could Aaron be an absolute arsehole here and turn the grinders on this ship? Let's Aaron see. That's an interesting question. Should I do it? Well, we'll see. If he waits there any longer, then we'll put the anti-camping systems in place. But as we can see that the Holy and it looks like, is it Saber? No, it's Fade. I've been engaging in a little bit of a fight with each other. None of them have come out really on top. This is where the people on the outskirts are really going to be waiting to come in, make a decision. You can see that assassin up here is lurking in one of the asteroids. He's just waiting for his time to strike. But you've got to be careful because it looks like Wizard here is creeping up behind him, but he's a camera, I've just remembered. So as we can see, Jesse here is absolutely hammering whose ship this was. That was possibly a high ground ship. I can't tell because the beacon has been switched off. Well, let's go back down to the centre. Stone is still hiding there inside that middle of the wreck. So this free-for-all, everyone is really playing it safe. We've got a lot of people on the outskirts who are playing it super safe, and because that means we're going to have the issue of maybe some people starting to do some sneaky manoeuvres on each other. Now the biggest sneaky award probably goes to Stone for hiding right in the middle of the objective, so he's at ground zero right to start with. where some of the other ships here have taken some damage already. That's just a random asteroid sort of or cat type deposit, but you can see the Gatling gun fire going out between the ship with no icon on there at all. So if I just turn off my HUD, you can see how hard it is for them to see it. There's some interception going on here on the side between Conrad and the gunslinger himself that we know as Shadow. So as their missiles are going back between them, they are landing on... Oh god, he's taking some hammer. Conrad is definitely giving a blow there, almost crashing himself. Yeah, Shadow got stuck in right at the start, and he might be paying for it here if he can't break off that attack. Now if we head back into the centre, we'll notice that Shook and Jesse seem to be going at each other here. All these fights are very isolated at the minute. I've not really seen a three-way sort of fight. As we can see, Drunken over here is engaging what seems to be nobody. Maybe he's just patrolling around the outside hoping that someone will come out. There's a lot of them doing this. You can see Fade's drifting off that way. Saber's so bloody far away, he could be in another universe, so to say. And we've also got the two signals, Shadow and Conrad, still fighting up here, but Conrad looks like he's taking some blows now, where Shadow himself is still holding on with that singular Gatling gun, causing some damage. Every time I see Conrad's ship in this battle, it looks like he loses rear thrust at an early stage that causes him to drift, but he's still got some power there. Just a lot of momentum maybe that's causing that drift. So we have the last part of the fight here. Now, Shook's ship is here. Conrad is, in theory, here. So, you know what I'm going to say is if Conrad's the only guy there at the end of this time zone, it's going to be a win for him. He's being really damn sneaky. Conrad is being a sneaky bugger. There is no one else around, and there is 27 seconds left of this match. It's going to be a win. It's going to be a win for whoever's at that centre. Let's have a look at it. So Conrad was the winner of the free-for-all. With his sneaky tactic and everyone else too busy to be at the centre at the end, he won it. Quite an interesting outcome. Now remember, if you want to get involved with any more of the Laststandgamers community events, pop onto our Discord. There is always something going on. More importantly, pay attention to the various channels and you'll see random events generating nearly every other day or so. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.